Hi there guys, in today's video we're going to be looking at the convert stroke to outline feature, and this will be within FlexiPRINT. But before that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now, if we had to move into the program here, so now today's feature is going to be similar to the previous one we covered, with the exception that we were looking at the actual stroke now. So I'm going to add a letter here using a text tool. Let's just make it a P. Then what I want to do is go to our fill in stroke, make sure it has a stroke. So I'm going to select this, make a solid stroke, and up the actual scale of it, just so we can see it. And then you can leave the fill, but because we're going to be working on the actual stroke itself, I'm going to say no fill. What will happen if you leave the fill, it's just going to convert it to a path, and then sometimes it adds some more layers, which can confuse things a bit. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this one. Let's place it here. This one a bit sideways. Now with the second one, I'm going to just change the style or the look of our actual path to maybe some custom one. Let's grab that so you can just see the difference and a few things to keep in mind. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both of these, just make a selection box touching both of them, and then I'm going to go to arrange, and then under the convert to outline, you guys will notice we've got here convert stroke to outline. So convert outline, pretty much just another way you can see it is convert fill to outline, and then convert stroke to outline. So then I'm going to click this, and then it's going to convert both of those shapes to strokes. Now, like I mentioned in the previous video, keep in mind this is a destructive, you can say, workflow. So if you still wanted to edit your text, make sure you make a duplicate of it. But if you're working on like logos and so forth, then chances are once you make it custom, that is kind of the standard you want. So then in that case, it's fine. You don't need editable text anymore. You just want to make sure you only convert to stroke the actual letters which you want to use. Now, there is ways to go about breaking things apart and rejoining text and so forth, but that we have covered in another video. Okay, so now in order to edit this text, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here to our select point or select the path selection type tool. So if you had to look on our toolbox, the fifth one from the top, so it's got a little arrow with a path line and a little red circle, and this will mean all these points now I can actually select and edit them. So I can move them around. If I want to do a custom shape, obviously you can go into depth on the actual look and feel of these things, but yeah, that is the basics on it. Just keeping in mind as well that these, like any internal shapes, will work as its own shape. So this is not directly joined to the other one. And this path tool will demonstrate that best. So as you can see, all these little individual paths become its own shape. So with the text tool, they were all connected. Now they are all separate. So we can move them around if we want. So if you want to manage it easier, let's say you want to move this whole thing, you can obviously select it and just move it, but a better way for managing is I'm going to select everything once, just make sure we get these top ones, and then what I'm going to do is right click and we go to let me just find it. Okay, it switched off our tool, so I'm going to go to selection tool, select our paths, no, apologies, and select the top one as well, and then let's make sure we have them all selected. Okay, now almost. Can do this. I think I'm pressing the wrong combination of keys. So that's why I'm deselecting as I'm selecting. And I think that is all of them. These two. So let's move this around and see. Okay, everything moved together. So now we can either right click or we go to our arrange on top. Then I'm going to go to group. Right on top, so our main menu, arrange, then group, and then we're going to group it. So as you can see, the shortcuts Control G or ungroup Control U. So now I've grouped this. So now if I select this shape, everything will be selected within it or with it. And if I want to make any changes to individual things, if I go to this tool, it should do it for us. Or if I want to move some of these parts, I can just simply go to our select within tool on our secondary toolbar. So if I hold left mouse button on the selection arrow, select move select within, now I can select individual shapes within this tool. So that's how you can easily change that. I did mention also before, if you're not in it, you can just simply right click, then we have our option here, select within. So that's like a quick way of switching to this tool. Then you can grab these shapes, move them around. But at the same time, once we're out to the other selection tool, this will count as a whole, so it's not going to mess up our design. So it's ideal if you have like a logo or so forth. But yeah, I know that, sorry, it's a bit in-depth or a bit maybe too much on the actual convert path, stroke to outline. But pretty much just to sum it up, it is pretty much like the fill, converting that to an outline, but now it's going to be doing the path. So you can do fine tweaks to it, or you can take the path and redesign it, but just keep in mind any loose parts will be converted into its own object. So if you want to manage it together, just group it and work with it like that. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the convert stroke to outline feature. Like I mentioned, you can find under your arrange menu under your main menu. But yeah, in the meanwhile, if we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice we've got a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request a training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.